Can't remember what I was about to say.
How do y'all feel about that Insomniac Wolverine game? Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Swab.
I don't know what to think about that. They didn't really show a lot. Well, we gonna
That's
talk
what
about it.
I was about to say. That
I was
okay,
saying they sticking
I'll
to
save it
their
for later.
guns.
No, I'll save it for later. I'll save
They
what I got for
sticking to
later.
their guns. That's all I'm gonna say.
Save it for later.
Am I hearing somebody's browser or am I hearing my browser? Hold up. Is that me? That is me.
I would say I can't hear anything.
That was me. My bad.
Hey, but it's good because nobody else heard it either. It was just you.
Right? That's perfect. Y'all niggas ready?
Yeah. I think Tech's still away, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, he be back. He be back.
yeah, they know what he looks like.
You seen him already.
Yeah, he's not new.
All right, this is not novel. This is not a reveal. Oh shit!
A lot of heat about PlayStation today.
Facts.
Hey.
So thank y'all for joining us. Welcome to the podcast. Follow us at Blurred Dimension on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. If you haven't already, turn on notifications so you can be the first to know when we got new content for you. I'm Kavan, Negrito Suave. We got JK, Beast Eternal. Oh, matter of fact.
What's up, y'all? I'm putting on my camera, but what's up? Welcome back. Lots of stuff to talk about, you know.
We're a whole lot of stuff to talk about. We got Creston, not Sir.
What's going on, everybody? PlayStation, you know, I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah, they did what they had to do. We got AJ Noslinja.
What's going on, everybody?
We got JD Creates Activity, who'll be back in a little while. And we got Carl XKBHX.
The infamous Red Square.
What's going on? I got keys.
Hey,
that Red Square might go away in a little bit. I'm not putting a date on it. It's too early. That happens soon.
Too soon to tell. All right. So we only got 2 segments tonight. The topic of that we're gonna be talking about mainly is gonna be this PlayStation showcase. They went off today. And so we're gonna talk about what's good, and then we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk a little bit about this upcoming Halo flight. I'm still salty about the first one. And then we're gonna play some games. We're gonna play some Halo and I don't know, something else. So stick around for that stuff. So let's get into what's good. What's good with y'all this week? Oh, let me fix this.
I'll go first. Pretty much just catching up on some comics. Caught up on Solo Leveling. It's getting to the point now where it reaches the things I hate about comics with like the power creep, where the main character just continues to escalate to the point where like, why are there even villains? He should beat he should beat the villains now. Just do it right now. Like, just go ahead, beat the villains, and we can, just end the comic the next chapter. Like, he's that strong, or it's like you're just drawing it out. But the art is so good that I'm gonna watch. I mean, I don't care if it lasts another 700 chapters. I'm gonna read it because the art is that good to me. So like, it's Korean, so they be killing it. They do everybody's animation, so they are the best artists in the world, in my opinion. So I caught up on that. I was like 3 or 4 chapters behind. Caught up on Slime. About to get these hands from Malim. It's pretty good this time because for the past like 3, this is the 2nd episode, maybe the 3rd episode with some action in it. So I'm happy that they finally decided to put that together, because I don't know how this animation or how animating is during the pandemic. I don't know if they finally got their workflow down so that like they can actually do some meaningful stuff. But it looked 3 episodes in a row of action, so I'm happy. And the fact that Malim and Rimuru are fighting is kind of cool because you get to finally see like Rimuru's Demon Lord powers just a little bit, kind of. So you're getting ready to see what he can do. Let me see what else. Not much else for me. A lot of work stuff. So I wasn't really doing anything else. Beast and I tried to record last
How'd that go?
last week. Swab, you are very talented.
AJ, just leave
No,
it.
No. I gotta say this.
What's going
Swab,
on, fam?
what you do here is not appreciated enough. Because when other people try to do it,
give them props. Give them props.
when other people try to do it,
just leave it.
bad things happen. So that recording will. So that'll happen next week. We'll try again this Saturday. See what we can.
That wasn't a real issue,
No, that was the issue. It was the issue,
dog.
No, that we learned eventually. You know, we got AJ got the hang of it eventually.
Kind of. We kind of learned, but we also forgot, which is why we messed up. So we learned, but we forgot. So what Swamp does here, I'm impressed with now. Like when I be seeing him on the 1s and 2s now, I'm impressed. Right? He's not a press play on the space bar DJ. He's mixing it right here live for y'all. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so that's all. That's all. Just a failed recording. That's all.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I know y'all.
I mean, the recording exists, but it's failed.
It wasn't a fail. It was just
learning experience.
It was an attempt. I'll just say that. It was an attempt.
It failed.
Nothing wrong with that. All right. So that's it for you for
yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm done.
Okay. I can go real quick. Keeping up with Tokyo Revengers. I've been watched the latest episode of 9 Perfect Strangers. That's a wild ass show. You know, the lady on here drugging people, and they tripping balls. It's a lot. It's a lot. But we'll see what they going for. I think we got 2 more episodes left, and I mean they done got into a bunch of different, you know, like interpersonal issues and shit. It's interesting, but it's also hell, like what are y'all doing here? Y'all paid a lot of money to be here, and like you'll see if you watch it. Finished Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast. It was good. It was a little sad at the end, but not too sad. I started rewatching Startup, which has been pretty good. Like it's I can tell it's not as polished as some other stuff, like in the writing and the acting, and it's definitely it looks like a show from its time, if that makes sense. It looks like
Startup. I don't know if I heard of that.
It's it was on TV. It looks like it was on USA, but I mean they do a lot of cussing, so I don't know if it was on USA.
Can't be on USA with the cuss.
Nah.
But that's I mean, should USA feel bad about what you just said?
No, I don't think so. They just you know what I'm saying they had a certain look. Burn Notice. What was that other show? White Collar. It has very much that same kind of look. So I mean, I don't know if they should feel bad. You know, they have a signature. You know, I wouldn't feel bad about that.
Yeah, but the way you said it didn't sound like they was signing anything. It sounded like they was defacing something. Like those are graffiti and signatures are different things. Like you made it sound like they was defacing. Like oh yeah, you can tell somebody marked that up. You can tell what neighborhood you're in.
Somebody
by the way they marked it up. Not like oh that's a USA original. You made it seem like yeah, that's USA territory over there. Don't go over there.
Yeah, they did it. They did what they did. You know, that's what it is. But it's a decent little show. What was that?
I was just saying, all right. I like shows about like that kind of make fun of like the startup and like tech industry. Is that what it does? Because it just sounds like no. Okay, then I'm out.
You're thinking of
I'm thinking of Silicon Valley.
Like
yeah, I was hoping it was another one of those.
Nah, she real serious about her start. Like
okay,
so it's about 3 main characters. One of them is like this, you know, genius developer. And then one is like a you know, Haitian street tough, and then one is like a white boy, rich white boy. I mean his dad was rich, but the money was dirty, and so he didn't want any part of it because you know, I don't know, principles or some shit. And so it's interesting, but they are seriously trying to start a startup.
Okay.
And they run into a lot of trouble.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's
I was,
good.
hoping it was
I'm like,
I was really hoping it was a comedy. I'm sorry.
no, it's not a comedy.
Too
There are
serious for me.
some funny parts, but
Too serious for me.
yeah, they you know what, they kill a lot of people.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah, I'm
happens.
out. Thanks, man. You should have said that at the beginning.
They
I'd
do
been
a
out.
lot of murder in this show. Yeah,
There should be murder in the show about
A startup?
startups.
it's
Damn. What kind of startup is it?
Obviously, obviously a murder startup.
Like a
so-
DoorDash for assassins? Or something?
Be done.
She
Illegal.
wrote a cryptocurrency, but like when they were trying to build the company, this started in like 2016, but spoiler alert if you ain't seen it. The shit got taken over hostily when she sold it to like, somebody who was supposed to be this like hot shot, tech nigga with the money. And like he just pushed her out of the company. He was like, all right, so you got to push them niggas out. Like, we're going to sign this paperwork right now and they can't come. And then he was like, and I also have these people. We need this server farm. We're going to need this bandwidth, and everything to get things up to speed and build it out. He owned the fucking server farm. And so when she was like, all right, we got to get my niggas back. Like, this shit is not right. He was like, okay, yeah, no. And just like pushed her out of the company. And so then they started like this dark web. It's supposed to be like an improved dark web.
What?
And that's what they're
Prove
working
dark
on.
web.
Listen, okay. The
man.
Haitian nigga.
Dark web with a nice GUI on it.
You done.
There you go. Dark
Light
with a
web.
nice-
You done.
Nice. Yeah.
Supposedly, we'll
Out of
we'll
control.
see. They're
Vanna
gentrifying
Black
little
Web.
Haiti. Yeah, exactly.
Boy, you done.
Vanna Black Web. Put some shine on it.
Because they're gentrifying in
Electra.
like the Haitian neighborhood.
Mhm.
They're having trouble selling drugs and shit, so they were looking at
Oh,
alternatives.
right. Let's get into the cyber territory and do illicit stuff there. Oh, I get it.
Exactly. And so he was asking her about the dark web, and she was like, well, the feds on there. And he was like, what? And she was like, yeah, they've been on there since the beginning, but she, was upset about some other stuff that had happened. She did drugs for like a night, like a whole night of doing all kinds of drugs. And then she woke up the next morning and she was like, yo, I have a great fucking idea.
Yeah, because that's how it happens.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Every
exactly
time.
how it happens.
That's when I get my best ideas.
Hey, man, I haven't had a good idea yet. You know why? No drugs.
Exactly. You need cocaine. All right. You need meth. Like it got serious. It got real serious.
That's crazy.
And then I started watching The Chair. That's a Netflix original joint, star Sandra Oh. And she becomes the chair of this ailing English department. I'm only a couple episodes in, but it's decent. Like, Sandra Oh is a good actor, seems well written. I'm enjoying it so far. I think I've been like working my ass off on this project. So I don't think I've played any games. I have not turned on the Xbox this week, which is sad, but
It's
so I
looking
think
at
that's
you
it
with
for me.
puppy eyes, man.
I
It's
know,
like,
right?
you gonna turn me on? It's for
Right,
a nice little,
Yeah,
you
man,
want to play some Blood Roots. You know you want
man.
to.
I do.
Ain't no-
I do.
Just 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes.
That's all we need.
Your Xbox loves you, man, and you're just not showing that same affection.
4 hours
Nine.
later.
Just right. 4 hours later, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So yeah, that's it for me.
Wow. This man is out of pocket.
Gotta watch
That's
the PS.
This man is out
Fucking
of
Murray's
pocket.
talking about you gotta watch the PS5 showcase from the Xbox YouTube app. The disrespect. Oh wow. I would never do that to my Xbox.
Hey, I do it to my Xbox, and I'd be like, "These are the kind of people you don't hang around." Xbox. these are the kids from the wrong side of the track. That's just a
Absolutely.
lesson.
Which
for
is
my
funny
Xbox.
because most of the people on Xbox are kind of
Great people, JK. Great people. All right, you keep talking. See if you
There's
make it in the
people-
next
it's-
Halo flight.
listen,
See if you
I'ma-
make it
I'ma
in.
put it-
You-
I'ma
You're
put it
making
as-
mistakes right
I'll
now.
put it as Trump said.
Yeah, watch your mouth,
there's,
man.
There's good people on both sides.
Oh no,
So
we don't
that's
hear that.
wild.
That's what
We
we're
don't hear
doing now.
that.
That
That's
that
what we're
sounds
doing.
like
Wow.
that
You
sounds
be
like
getting kicked.
your favorite
Look.
president.
Do you want to be in the Halo flight? You don't want to be. You be saying all the wrong stuff. You want
I'm
to be
in
in the
there.
Halo
want
flight.
nice things.
I've
on both
been
sides.
signed up for Insider. It
We'll see.
said as
But
long as
you
you
ain't get-
sign up
But you ain't
Nah,
getting
by
nothing.
the
you're
13th,
you're not an
I'll be in
insider.
there.
You're
But
an
you ain't getting nothing.
imposter.
You say you're an imposter.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm
We'll see.
signed
We'll
in.
see.
Shit.
We'll see how people feel once we just start talking about PS5, the showcase. So
Lord.
Feel just the same.
Dude,
I
all
could go
right,
next.
cool.
So started watching that 9/11 documentary on Netflix, which I thought it was over. It's interesting. I thought it was like I was numb to 9/11 now. Like, it's been 20 years now. I mean, we've watched so much media on it. There's been all this like conspiracy
stuff.
theories and like there's just
Right.
been a whole lot of stuff. But this documentary like kind of hit hard. Like it was I don't know what it is about it. I
Mhm.
think just they had some great footage kind of like leading up to the planes like actually hitting the towers. So like it was like this one camera angle with this, I guess somebody was like filming something. They was like, "You hear that?" And they just pulled up the camera and just looked like right up at the towers and just said, "Boom." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, I think it's so normalized and I think we're so used to it, but just like kind of reliving that day,
Oh wow.
it was it was heavy. It was because I've watched a number of 9/11 documentaries and I've never really, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but this one like really hits. But so yeah, that was not a very pleasant watch, but um I'll never forget that day. I'm sure everybody on here will never forget that day. Especially being here, during that shit. Like
Oh yeah. I forgot
just
that y'all all the way up in DC. That was the next, like when they aiming around that area next.
yeah, I mean they hit the Pentagon and that one that
Crashed in the
crashed or got shot down was that one was headed for the Capitol or the White House.
figures.
Apparently the one that hit the Pentagon was actually supposed to hit the White House, but it's very hard to see because the White House is like covered around like with trees and stuff. Like at a certain angle, it's hard to see it. So I think that they missed it.
Overshot it.
Yeah, I think they missed it, and it was like Pentagon, boom,
Mm.
and I think that's what happened there.
Damn, that's crazy.
But yeah,
that's great. That bad boy already got shot down though. Tell you the truth.
what did you say?
That bad boy already got shot down.
What if it went over the White House?
Yeah.
I don't
Over
think
that.
so, man. I mean, the Pentagon is not that. It's like it's a hop, skip, and like especially in a plane. Like that's like a few seconds
minutes?
away.
It's
Yeah.
only seconds away. Well, the
Yeah.
Pentagon's in Virginia, right?
Yeah, but it's like literally right across the river. So it's like
Okay.
Pentagon, the Potomac River. You got the mall, and then you got the White House.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Dang, I
yeah,
didn't realize they were that close.
yeah. So if they would have definitely like if they wanted to hit the White House, that shit would have definitely hit the
It
White
got
House.
close. No, don't get me wrong. It got close, but I don't think it would hit that on. It would got close though.
Yeah. Well, that's what we like to think, because even then, the other layer to that documentary is that they had a lot of the air traffic control, like communication. So like people, like everybody was confused as shit. Like we
Right.
had this this one dude was like, "Yo, this is not a drill. This is not a drill." They was like, "Yeah, seriously?" But they like everybody was just so
Nobody would believe that could happen.
yeah, like it was so far fetched that there was even at that level there was just a lot of
It was outside the
miscommunication.
norm.
Yeah,
It wasn't because
caught everybody off guard.
back in the 90s, terrorist attacks were either like bombings, like in public areas,
car
or bombings
bombs.
in carpet bombs, or they were in not carpet bombs. I'm sorry, car bombs, or
Suicide
like
bombers.
suicide bombs, stuff like that. So when they upgraded the planes, they were like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah, turn
This
them
was
shits into
something we didn't think
missiles.
about.
Yep,
Like, okay.
turned them into missiles, and then the fact that they chose planes that were going, cross country, like because they knew they were going to be, full of jet fuel, so it was going to be even more, damaging. So it was just like so many fucking layers to that shit, man. That was a terrifying ass day. I literally thought like planes were just gonna just start like flying
Falling
into
from the
shit.
sky.
Yeah, just like
Man.
like everywhere we went, like every like semi important place in DC, I was like, yep, plane's gonna definitely run into that. Plane's definitely gonna run into that. Yeah, it was terrifying.
EMP. God damn.
It
Well,
was
you're
terrifying.
thinking like there's gonna be planes like coming in from.
Yeah, it was just way more planes just flying into shit.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
yeah,
Sound
but
like you said sky. Sound like there's a damn EMP
I had
around
a
DC.
I had a dream about that. I had like a
Oh
dream that
Lord.
like the air like lost like buoyancy, so just like all
The air
everything that just
So we live on a flat
was
Earth
just
now,
buoyancy.
because
like
that's the only way
yeah, it
buoyancy
So
was
works.
physics stopped for today.
basically the physics took off.
That's how they
Yeah.
that's how they explain the flat earthers explain things is, or at least one of the ways it's through buoyancy. That's what they say. So heavy things fall, light things float. That's their way of explaining why to kind of like circumvent a lot of the physics ideas we have and a lot of the gravity ideas we have is through
How's that working out for him?
look, man.
I mean,
They
a few people died, trying to, build their own rockets and
oh
know.
man, I felt so bad for that dude. I was
What?
like,
Let's
Yeah.
not
he
let's not
launched
go
it.
into
He
that
would
territory.
launch himself out of a rocket constantly to try to prove that there was no curvature to the Earth. But I mean, it's his own personal man-made rocket, and he would launch. I
How
think
Wasn't
the
there a
the
movie about that?
he didn't die from the rocket launch. Actually, he died from the landing, right? From coming back
I
down. Like
think
the
so,
parachute
yeah.
had the parachute. He
Didn't
kept using the same
malfunction.
parachute.
Yeah.
And
What?
eventually, yeah, the parachute. Yeah, he kept using the same one, and eventually it did not parachute.
Dog, even
Yeah.
skydivers don't use the same parachute. Come on now.
Yeah,
But we're dealing with somebody that believes the world is flat, so that's where we're starting at. So not surprised that they're missing key steps and building a rocket.
Facts.
Um,
What is that?
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
all right.
But yeah, on a lighter note, I've been playing more Ori and the Will of the Wisp. That game is amazing.
Looks
It's hard.
good.
It's hard as hell. Platforming is super hard.
Yeah.
But, the music is amazing. The artwork. And Carl, it was built in Unity. It's a Unity
Nobody's
masterpiece.
perfect. Nobody's perfect.
And my question is, how much are they paying Unity for that licensing?
Well,
$1
I think-
trillion.
well, I think Microsoft is published it, so I think that they've definitely
They worked out some
helped with
deal.
that. Yeah. But I think they kind of have a fork of Unity. Like they've kind of did their own thing. I think specifically for this one. I don't know if they did it for the first one, but they have actually I'm gonna link up the dot. They have a cool little like
Documentary
dev,
on it?
yeah, dev.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah, I'll link. Yeah, it's a no clip joint. Actually no, it's a Digital Foundry did that one.
Okay,
So
cool.
Digital Foundry do good stuff.
man, I love Digital Foundry, man. That's like
They do really good stuff.
that's my routine. I always watching them. And then of course we watched Candyman. Saw that with JK
Yes, sir.
on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
It was great.
Gosh.
I'll spare you all the details, but it's a great movie.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure it's not.
It was a great continuation of the series. I like the
I'll believe
time.
Yep.
It's a great
Well,
game.
And then this
I
week,
believe it from a distance.
for less scaredy cat.
yeah.
Listen,
Wow.
listen. You know what happens to scaredy cats? They die of
They
old
survive.
age.
Exactly. I was gonna say they survived. That's it.
They die of old age. Them brave cats. That's the one they made that curiosity thing for. Those are brave cats. You think scared cats are curious?
Cats are curious in general, so like they're still gonna.
And no. Scared cats are not curious. That's why they got their own name. They got scaredy cat. That's their name.
You know what?
They're more cautious. They're still curious.
Cautious cat, scaredy cat, same thing. They got a name for those type of cats, and they live
Sure.
very long lives.
Sure.
I'm just saying, y'all missing out.
On death, yes.
And
Yeah.
and then this week is Malignant.
Yeah.
And that is looking amazing. So we'll definitely be watching that.
I'm glad people like you exist, because there would be no way those people would make any kind of money without you and JK and
I think
Ted
the highlight, the whole
propping
highlight
up that industry.
No,
Love
man,
it.
There's people who thrive off of this. Like,
I know, but it's good that y'all exist so that y'all can support each other. Because if it was up to me, Suave, and Carl, y'all would be broke and unafraid.
And
pockets
imprisoned.
flat.
You said in prison?
And imprisoned.
Like I said, they deserve to go to
Wow.
jail.
You'd have lost your freedom if it was up to me. Get that out of here.
see, and this is why Carl
Oh my god.
can't be in power for anything.
I don't understand the
I don't see the
prison.
problem. I don't see the problem.
See,
I don't understand the prison part.
that
but-
red square is red for a reason.
Oh yeah. Communist?
Wow.
Is that what you said?
What'd you say?
I said you saying he's communist?
No, I just said it's red for a reason.
I don't get it.
Red
Your face is that
square.
way for a reason.
Oh my gosh.
He see, the reason why he said that, he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
So yeah, and then of course continuing with Blood Roots. I think I'm almost done with that. Not sure. Started this new animated series on Netflix called Q Force. I think it stands for Queer Force. It's yeah, I think so.
I think so too. When I was reading up on it.
Yeah. It has Wanda Sykes, who's one of the characters. I don't know any other voices, but so far it's pretty funny. So I'm gonna continue watching that.
It's like an agent, like a secret agent or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's like a secret. Yeah, like a
Spy agency kind of joint.
yeah, like special forces.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, started that. I watched a little bit of that clickbait joint on Netflix, but that was more of, Nicole's thing. So I just was like, it was on in the background. I was just kind of peeking up every now and then, seeing what kind of crazy shit was happening. And it was definitely crazy. No, I was just probably on YouTube or some shit.
Oh.
But probably playing Guilty Gear, maybe. I don't know. So that was all right. From what I saw, it was cool. And then she filled me in on what happened. She like binged it the whole night. Went to sleep at like 5, 6 in the morning. I was like, God damn.
She stayed awake?
Exactly. I don't know how it must have been that good for her to stay awake. So, and then the last thing I watched was the Untold Caitlyn Jenner documentary. It was cool. It was got to learn a bit more about when Caitlyn was Bruce and how that all happened, and the journey, and when she was Bruce, like how he got started in the Olympic, the Olympics and stuff, and it was interesting. I never really knew the backstory. I just knew that Bruce Jenner was like a accomplished Olympian, but I didn't really know exactly how he got to that point. So it was cool. It was a quick hour and a half. Actually, so there's a whole so that Untold series is like a few series. It's like a few episodes of different stories. They have Untold Malice in a Palace joint.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah, that one was good. I didn't know. Speaking of that one, I didn't know that what's his name.
Reggie was still on the team.
Well, not. Yeah, that I honestly forgot about that. But I didn't know how much it like affected Jermaine O'Neal's career because like everybody else went off and got championships. Like even fucking Steven Jackson. Like when he went to
Who doesn't
Spurs.
deserve one? Yes, correct.
And then fucking Ron Artest, that motherfucker went to the Lakers and got got a ship. So
with Jermaine O'Neal's you know what it was though? It's the braids.
Braids.
It's the braids.
It's absolutely the braids.
He was the only one with braids out of all the people throwing hands. He was the only one with braids.
Yep. So he was definitely like still really salty about that whole situation. I think he
deserves it.
I think a lot of them. I think all of them are pretty still salty about Ron Artest because it's like this motherfucker was the main one that of course like people throwing the shit, but he was the catalyst of it, and then but he was he basically got off and then went off to get and play with Kobe and win the championship and became Meta World Peace and like this nigga just like reformed his whole image and shit. And then Jermaine O'Neal
Meta World Peace, like that's a real thing though. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That doesn't make you peaceful just because you put peace in your name. You punched the guy out. We saw it. You sucked him out on national television.
Yeah, nah, that motherfucker got he got. I watched his interview with Shannon Sharp too, his Club Shay Shay podcast. And he definitely has problems, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, guilty gear here and there. That's my guilty pleasure. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, bet. What about you, JK? What's good with you this week?
What's I was watching American Horror Story today. I gotta rewatch it because what? Oh, you don't like it? Oh, it's an interesting season this week.
I've seen the cover on Hulu. And I'm not interested.
The first cover killed me. The snake going in from one person's mouth into the other person's mouth. And
I don't want a snake.
No, there was one cover where it was like a snake coming out of somebody's mouth, and I think it was like going into another person's mouth. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah, that was
like seasons ago. I'm talking about that. I think that was like season 1. Yeah, we good.
Yeah, facts. We watched. What was the one that had Lady Gaga?
That was Hotel.
A Hotel. JK, I think your camera's froze, dog. Is everybody froze? Is it me?
No, it's just JK.
Okay.
We was very still. He's like,
Kirsten just doing a mannequin challenge over there.
Right, over. So she went. My wife wanted to see that. She wanted to see Lady Gaga in the joint. So she was like, we watched the season of American. I was like, American Horror Story. Like, we don't watch that type of shit. Like, what's going on? And she was like, no, Lady Gaga's in it.
Family, we don't watch that.
Yeah, us, the collective. Like, we
regretted her decision,
absolutely. So we watching it live. She wanted to, watch with Twitter and everything. So we tuned in and I don't think we made it to the end. I think first commercial, we was like, you know what? This is maybe not the thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so it's season 10 and so the cover for season 10 is a vampire and an alien and they're tongue kissing with a pill in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
Like a drug in the middle. It's it's creepy.
I'm glad I ended already.
But it's been interesting. Like one of the characters is a biochemist and it's a black woman. She kind of, I don't want to tell it too much, but let's just say that she is very centered around what's going on. That's all I'm gonna say. You have to watch it to find out.
We
won't.
Well, you guys watch it and then
like, we won't.
And then tell us about it. Well, that's why we have you. Why you do that?
Well,
tell us about it.
Well, basically,
if you ain't gotta tell us right now, you can give people time to watch it on the what you call.
So I'll say up to what's happening. So basically, what's happening is there's this drug that amplifies well, spoiler alert. First off, there's this drug that amplifies people's creative parts of the brain. So, like for instance, AJ, you draw. So if you took this pill, you would be able to draw knock out like 8, 10 drawings in like one sitting. But the side effect is that you thirst for blood.
Okay. Well, I mean, I like to draw,
And you're
but
haunted.
hey, man,
He said what?
What?
animal haunted. You know,
Mm-hmm.
No. But the side effect is that you thirst for blood. So
we've already
every time you take the pill, it's temporary effects.
Mhm.
But in order for you to pretty much every time you take the pill, you got to drink blood.
So my question is this: all right, is the pill addictive? Right? Are like people addicted
Yeah.
to the pill, or are they addicted
People are
to the blood?
to the power.
No, okay, so they're addicted to being creative.
Yeah.
So okay, this would never be a problem for me because the moment I was craving human blood, I'd be like, I'm not gonna take this pill anymore. Right? I don't need to be that creative. Like if I got to be that creative, then this is not my profession.
If that creativity is giving you success, like
Hey,
there was
man.
writers who were making making 7, 8 screenplays, and they
Hey,
became like Golden Globe winners, like
you know,
best writers,
you know what you
so to
do?
speak.
You make one good hit from that first hit, and then you invest that money in you know, I don't know, bonds. I don't know what you do, but you put the money away so that you'll have money forever, and then you don't do any more creepy stuff. Like you don't have to do this.
Right, you don't have to, but here's the thing: when most people in this world, when they get power, money, success, fame, they want to keep that. They want to keep that lifestyle.
That's
Like,
true.
for instance, if you have a lifestyle right now of making good money, you don't want to go back to college and be making maybe $200, $300.
But if I would have had to drink blood to get here, this ain't high enough for me to be drinking blood. First of all, second of all, if I had to drink blood to get here, I'd probably still be eating ramen. Like that's okay. It tastes good. I like it. Like, ain't no reason
Like I
to get
said,
on.
but
Sign me up. I'll do it.
see,
We know.
I knew we knew you were going to say that.
We don't have to convince you.
Ignore it. As soon as
There doesn't even
you
have to
popped
be
up
an
on the
upside.
camera, first off, as soon as you popped up the camera, I was like, this nigga would do it.
Right.
We know
There
you
doesn't
doing
even have to be
that.
an upside. It can be all
Y'all know-
weird shit, and he'd be ready to sign
All
up.
weird shit.
He's like,
You
yeah,
got Limitless,
I'll
right?
try it.
Like movie Limitless, like how you're going to become like super crackhead afterwards. Like as long as I have a limitless supply of the pills, I'd be fine. I would take it.
Yeah, but
I was
you
going
would
to take it regardless.
you wouldn't have limited supply.
Nope.
Limitless supply. Of the
No,
pills.
so I would
He
have
would
taken
use his
it and then
limitless
figured
time
out
to
how
make more
recreate
pills.
it.
But
Exactly. That's the
but
first thing I would have done.
that sounds like an infinite loop to me because you got to make more pills and then you got to take the pills to make more pills to take the pills to make
Yep.
more pills.
Whatever.
You're wasting
like you said, AJ. As long as I'm getting money in between that, right? Like I'm using that time to be productive. I'm fine.
Well, I mean, if you write down the formula, I guess that'd be a different story. But no. So it follows a family, of a writer going to this town, basically, and he's struggling trying to make a screenplay, for a show or make a screenplay, but basically, and he finds about the pills to take the pill, um, and basically, they tell him like, oh, you gotta drink blood. That's a side effect. Blah blah blah. So the crazy thing is that they all have sharpened teeth, but they have dentures to hide them. So like when they go out to feed, they take their dentures out and they like cut, so they're able to cut into and feed easier, basically. Yeah. So
watched Nosferatu and was like, that's a good idea.
but yeah. So but also the whole crazy thing is, and I knew this is gonna go like bad, is when so there's the daughter who is like a violinist, so she's trying to be perfect because she's trying to get this. So she sees her dad take the pill and see that he's doing all these screenplays. She's like, "Can I take the pill?" He's like, "No." So why can't I take the pill? You can take it because I'm an adult. Like, clearly. I was like, this girl gonna sneak in and take these damn pills. Goes, sneaks, take the pill, starts playing crazy. The mom's like, wait, are you okay? She's like, mom, there's people who are great, who want to be great or good at things like me and daddy. And there's useless people like you.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, yeah. I said, if I said something like that to my mom, I'd be bitch slapped back to my childhood. God, dog, to infancy.
I hope her mom turns into Blade, goes out.
And so she sees like the mom is like a interior designer. So she's like, yeah, she's basically saying like, you're useless. You're useless as a human being, as a mom, blah, blah, blah. This. I was like, God damn, okay. And so she goes out, goes to the cemetery and like chews on this animal to drink his blood. And dad finds out. So he's supplying blood for her. But she's constantly wants to eat.
Kids always mess it up. If you watch any vampire show, kids always mess it up.
Kids always mess it up.
And they just can't control their urges, and they start eating everything.
It's that metabolism. It's that whole metabolism and wanting to eat stuff. And so this episode basically kind of went to the backstory of like how the drug was made. And it was biochemist who was working for the military had a bad who moved up there and started experimenting. And she told like this crackhead prostitute, which is funny because Macaulay Culkin is in the show, and he's playing that person. And
that's not right.
That's pretty convincing.
He said it's pretty convincing.
That's not right.
And so he's also like a writer in the show too. But yeah, basically all in all, I just find it interesting that the whole person that's causing this is a black woman who's a biochemist.
Oh.
And everybody else is, somebody who, yeah. And so I was like, oh, this is interesting. And so it was very funny like that. But I will watch it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good so far. Watching Eden Zero, watch Candyman.
Eden Zero is great.
Yeah. I feel like the description of the episode is longer than the actual episode. Yeah. It's true. That wasn't an episode. That was all the episodes to this episode, basically. Mario. So that was a quick premise from what happened from first episode to this episode, which is 4 episodes basically. Candyman was great, and I like how they took the trope of a boogeyman that was killing people to like pretty much took the whole boogeyman concept, kind of threw it out, trying to be like a social justice issue. So it was very interesting how they did that. And spoiler alert, no black person died in that movie.
Oh man, that almost makes me want to watch it. And then I remember that I hate.
There wasn't a black person that died. Well, by Candyman, there wasn't a black person that died.
Okay, yeah.
There
So
was.
they make sure that there's definitely some niggas that spill some blood.
Yeah. But by the standards of a horror movie, like Freddy Krueger, Jason, all that stuff, like there wasn't. He said that's a lie. There wasn't. There was black people who died. There was a black person who died. Dude's sister. Which one? In the flashback. Oh, that is true. You're right. That is true. That is true.
Oh yeah. And
that is true.
Bathroom.
I forgot about that. That's what made him go crazy too. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so I was wrong. Maurice corrected me. There was one that died. Yes. But anyway, it was still a good movie. If you want to go watch it, definitely go watch it, or wait till it comes out theaters, comes on digital, whatever. Watch Shang-Chi. That was good. Very good movie. Definitely. Definitely. To me, it felt like it was watching Black Panther again in a different story.
I felt that from the trailer.
Yeah,
And-
I always knew it was gonna be like Asian people's Black Panther.
Yeah, I felt that from the trailer. I was like, this feels very Black Panther-y, the way they're.
But it still was
Hey.
good. Like, I'm not saying like
Hey,
it
Asian
was
people.
riding on its coattails. But I'm saying that it was in its own story, similar to that one, and they did a good job. They did the movie justice. And I definitely wanted to watch it again in IMAX, but I was like, I'll wait till it comes on Disney. Or whatever. But it's interesting how and it's interesting how they're gonna tie him and the Ten Rings into the future
Marvel
Marvel movies.
properties.
Yeah. And we were talking about this in the Discord too. Me, Justin, Lee, a couple others, and Maurice as well. But we were hoping that they did. Somebody said that they should have brought an X-Men in the movie. I was like, nah. let them slowly bring in X-Men. But yeah, so that was good. Been watching of course the CW shows. Stargirl, and what's the other one? Supergirl finally came back, and then Legends Tomorrow just ended for this season, and wasn't too bad.
I can't believe that's still going.
It's a good show. It's a good show for what it's
I'm
worth.
sorry. There was a giant teddy bear fighting them in like the season finale of the first season. I was like,
No, they turned into a giant teddy bear and they were fighting.
Hey man, whatever. There was a giant teddy bear fighting, and I was like, what are we doing here?
I'll be nightmares.
It wasn't nightmares. It was like, what are we doing as people watching superhero stuff? What are we doing that a giant teddy bear is okay? Like, this is okay. Like, a Care Bear saves the day in this superhero action film. Like, we wouldn't accept that anywhere else because it was Legends Tomorrow. That would have got away nowhere else. In a cartoon, we wouldn't have gotten it. In an anime, would you watch an anime where a giant teddy bear, like, they transform into a giant teddy bear?
If the fighting was fire, yeah, I would.
Yeah, but the fighting wasn't fire because it was CGI and it's CW's budget. So the fighting was not fire. I'm just saying.
That is true, but at the same time, there was a story behind that whole thing. But
look, man,
I understand.
That's when your boy said deuces.
Show sucks.
Just so you know.
I'm done. Also, what's the other thing I watched? I can't remember. Oh, I've been watching, of course, Reincarnated, Eden Zero. I said, which is interesting. It reminds me of Rave Master.
It's the same guy. He did. That's the anime I couldn't remember last week. He did Rave Master, then he did Fairy Tail, then he did Eden Zero.
Okay, it's a mix between Fairy Tail and Rave Master to me.
And it's got some, but the space gives me said this last week, but the Outlaw Star vibes, like the way that like
sort of kind of with the sort of yeah.
You got the ship, and then you got the quirky crew that you kind of like.
Oh my god, how did I forget about Rave Master?
Rave Master is so old. That's why you forgot about it. It's like 2003.
Rave Master is a
2003.
Great show.
It was great, but it was his first comic. I couldn't remember the name last week. He did a mashup where I can't remember the main character from Rave Master and Natsu fought for a quick second because they met at a casino. I don't know why. Urza was at a casino. They had to go get her back because she was in trouble. She was out there causing trouble at the casino. So they went to go get her, and him and the Rave, because Rave Master thought it was his girl in the bunny suit, but it was Urza in the bunny suit.
Yeah.
And so they went to go get her, and he had a little quick mashup. That joke was so tight.
And that's when Poe came, like Poe
Yeah,
or Pooh and what's the name
Happy.
met Happy,
Happy.
yeah,
Oh
and they
my
were like,
gosh.
they're like, it's like, what the fuck are you? It's like, he's like, what the fuck are you? Whatever.
But it was like, I mean, it was just a cool thing. Y'all need to check that out if y'all can find it. He just did a
Yeah.
little quick one shot of
I
Rave
think
Master.
it's on YouTube though.
It's a no, it's like in manga form too. You can find it as like a special chapter
And
in
they
the
had
fairy
the
tale.
GameCube game too. I remember playing that.
I still
Anime
remember
came
the theme
out
song.
in the early 2000s. Yeah.
Toonami and on Toonami and Adult Swim.
Same guy. He doesn't change his art style. He doesn't
Which
even
is good.
He doesn't even change some of the characters. Lucy and the girl from Eden Zero are the exact same character design. And Happy
Exact same.
Yep.
Happy
Crazy
is
when they start shooting.
literally the same character, except for he changed aspects about him. But Happy literally, they didn't even change his name. He's a blue cat named Happy, and he just calls him Happy in this one. But now he's a different type of blue cat. He's like a robot cat or something.
Yeah, it's a robot cat.
So it's like, but if you look in the background of Eden Zero, you can see all of the fairy tale characters.
So could you technically say that it's a
shared universe,
multiverse type, shared universe type?
Absolutely, you could. He did it first because Rave Master characters and Rave Master stuff has been showing up in fairy tales from jump. The little dog things with the drill noses. Those jokers have been in there.
The dogs,
he's been doing it from jump. His art style hasn't changed. I don't even think he's gotten better. I think it's the exact same. Like I mean,
you don't have to change. You don't have to get better per se. Just have a good. Like
no. Look, that's more power to him that you can do your job the same way for 30 years almost, and nobody complain. But like, I like all three properties. So I'm a fan of Fairy Tail. I'm a fan of Rave Master, and I'm a fan of Eden Zero.
Rave Master. I still remember the theme song. I could in my head while y'all talking. I was singing.
I can hear it.
I was singing the American one, not the
not the Japanese one.
But what else I watched? Well, I've been playing more. I played Avengers. I started playing the first DLC with Kate Bishop. It's not too bad actually.
I was Black Panther the whole time. I don't.
I didn't get to that part, so I couldn't play Black Panther.
Man, I skipped right to it. I didn't beat that game. I just turned it on and I picked the mission where I could beat T'Challa, and I was just flipping around, kicking people in the face,
throwing talent and shit. I see. Yeah, I see. Also been playing Agents of Mayhem. Played Apex, of course. I deleted Warzone because my PlayStation was getting filled up and it was trying to update. I was like, nah, fam, you gone, bro.
And it's cold.
And then
I'm scared to delete it.
You're scared to delete.
Well, it's good to delete.
It's so
I just can't imagine downloading it again. Like, they got me shit.
It's just one of those things where you're just like, even if I haven't played this game in like 5 weeks, I'm not going to delete it because of the pure factor that I know for a fact one of y'all are going to be like, who wants to hop on Warzone? I'll be like, well, oh shit, I don't have it.
Sorry. I hop on Splitgate though. But
once cloud gaming is here, I'll delete it.
There you go.
On the console.
That's a good point.
Is that a game you could cloud game? Like I don't.
I don't think you want to.
I wouldn't do. Yeah, that's
like FPSs like that. I don't think
it's not like I'm winning anyway.
That's why we claim that space on the hard drive.
Carl, you would be A1 at Warzone. I know it. Like your aim is solid. Your
no, I've played Warzone with Carl. He is not A1 at Warzone.
Not A1.
Damn.
All that realistic shooting. Oh, you get shot once in the face and I'm dead? What? Not with this reality garbage. Oh, I need to run and gun. If I can't run and gun, it's over.
You know, the funny thing is that but anyway, I think that's it. Luna's Gate comes out on the 28th or 26th. I can't remember. One day.
Is that shooter?
It's the shooter where you can time travel.
Yeah.
And
like,
yeah.
I wanna like, we'll just have to try it. I have to try it.
Hey man, time troubleshooting. That sounds fun, man.
That's the most non-committal voice ever.
Nah, man, nah.
It sounds like Carl with anything that's not Halo.
Yeah, it does. It did. That was a very Carl-esque thing you did right there.
It was.
I mean, let's just play Halo. It's be solved.
I mean, at the same time, I wanted to just give it a chance to see what happens. And then, well, I guess we'll talk about that later. The Matrix and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's it for me. That's all I think of that did.
What about Carl and Tech? What's good with y'all this week?
Well, I continued the Kung Fu, binged that, done with that. I was pleased with that series. Again, you know, it's not going to win any Emmys, but the story was compelling enough. The vanilla was kept to a minimum, and that's just a good combination for me. There's some martial arts, not the best martial arts scenes, but
it's Kung Fu.
You know, everything together was like, yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of that. So I binged that. I watched Raya the other night. Actually,
How was that?
Okay, so first of all, I didn't really watch it because I was doing my daughter's hair. So she was watching it, and I was looking at the back of her skull. And I caught a little bit here and there. So the little pieces I caught, I liked, but I probably need to watch it again to really absorb it.
I heard good things. I just haven't watched it.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, again, what do we got there? We're keeping that vanilla to a minimum. They kept it Asian. I can't claim whether it's authentic or not. I wouldn't know, but
I forget
it appears to be Asian, so that's good.
Yeah.
And then I got started on the new season of Manifest.
Yes.
Lisa loves that show.
I dropped out in season, mid-season break of, because I was watching it while it was actually happening.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I was watching on Hulu, and then I think it went away for a little bit, and then I just lost it. And then I hear this resurgence now because Netflix.
That was exactly what happened to me. I watched that years ago, and then I lost track of it. And I see it on Netflix. I'm like, all right. And I started all the way over from the beginning, binged it. I'm like, oh, it's done. And then I think about 2 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, the new season popped up on there. I was like, ooh. And I've been putting it off, and I finally started it. So that's probably going to be another binge session. I love that show. That's it. Stressing out about the house, which is over. That's not going to get old for a minute. But
congratulations, man.
Yeah, congrats. Good Lord. Let us know if you need that light work taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
house party.
I'm not making any comments one way or the other. I mean, I look this way.
Your own discretion, Creston. That's what you said.
There you
go. Free country.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's been about it.
I said, let me know if you need some networking done. I'll come down and hook you up.
I do need a little networking because I need a solid Wi-Fi signal for both floors. So I appreciate it.
Can't be out here living like a caveman.
Absolutely not. Wi-Fi 6E preferably. Thanks.
Handle that. What about you, Tech? What's good with you this week?
Mine's quick. I finally signed up for my OSCP, which is a pain in the ass hacking certification, and a good chunk of change. So that has been mostly my week. My nights have been involved with setting up and testing up lab connection, kind of just getting a study plan together. Dropped the second job and picked up a certification that's gonna kick my ass. And then I gotta plan out 24-hour hacking sessions, which I might actually just do on Blur. That might actually be fun. Because the exam is 24 hours.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah, you gotta get
continuous?
Continuous. You have 24 hours to hack the machines, write a report, and score enough points to pass. It's not easily passed. For sure.
I want to go take a nap immediately just hearing that.
Right.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
So that's why I'm gonna do multiple sessions of the 24 hours. So like the first time I'm doing it isn't like actually night. I'm gonna try.
Well, if you stream it, definitely let us know.
I think the dedication.
Absolutely want to see it, but
facts.
Yeah. So
I thought you're still trying to try hack me stuff.
Content. Huh?
I thought you're still doing the try hack me.
I've knocked out enough of them to where I feel confident enough at least to start this. Like my blue team side, like for those who don't know, I'm a security engineer by trade, so I just my blue team knowledge, right? Defense knowledge is fantastic. Offensive knowledge is rough around the edges, and that's kind of why I wanted to challenge myself with this cert. And also my hope is that I can pick up some part-time pen test gigs enough to where like we mentioned before, right? Like make a good chunk of change, take some time off, a good chunk of change, take some time off. That'd be nice. So I have some friends who are full-time pen testers, and that's kind of their whole gig. Mind you, only one of those friends have children, so and his wife works full-time, so it makes it easier.
Is it like 3 months out of the year type of deal, or is like 8 months out of the
He
year?
does. So he'll do like a 2-month engagement, and then like he's a senior guy, so his engagements can be about $20,000 here, 40,000 there. I think his highest one was 4 months, and it was about $100,000 engagement. Yeah.
That's so juicy,
isn't it? So goals, but we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I mean, mind you, he has a very extensive network at this point in time.
If you want to train me up and not have me do the 24 hours, I'm here, man.
All right, cool. That's been a week. I ain't watched anything else. That's all I've been doing. I've been watching hacking videos. That's it. YouTube has been my best friend.
Same shit.
No, I feel you.
I need to start doing the same shit. I haven't even subscribed to the try hack me shit. I was doing it, which is actually pretty fun. I just need to do.
It's a lot of fun. I would highly suggest it.
I need to do the premium because they only give you an hour, which sucks.
Like, you can ask for more in the lab. You can press the button. Once you're premium, you can press the button to increase.
I wasn't saying I was the basic user, and so like I tried to ask them more. It's like, oh no, sorry, that's premium. Can't do it.
Wait a minute. You just saying that? I might have a leak code subscription. They might be charging me every month, and I
forgot all about
it. $25 a month.
They probably are charging you.
I had a Cloud Academy account that was charging my credit card. I had no idea. Like I never look at my credit card balance because I only have one bill come out of it, and I must have. I don't know. One of those moments where like you see another developer do some cool shit with something, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna learn how to do that, right? And it had to be one of those moments where I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna sign up for this course. That's what he suggested. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use this code. And then sign up for it, and I must have pulled the credit card out, but like motherfuckers were charging me $39, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
For 4 months, I was like, I looked at that shit, I was like, the fuck is
this?
Yeah, I think I never deleted a subscription so fast.
That's what I'm doing leak code so I can start practicing for like because Amazon and AWS they have like little practices on leak code. And
I think Amazon use HackerRank, but its leak code's very similar.
Yeah, they use HackerRank for the online assessment, but they give for resources to practice. They give you leak code and or they tell you to go to leak code, and they have like mock interviews on there for Amazon and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I told say one time.
No, I was just saying I need to get on it.
Yeah, I told the recruiter, I was like, yeah, look, yeah, I'm not ready, and so I'm not gonna.
That's fair.
Do it. I'm not gonna do it.
No.
She's like, oh, okay. Well, I could hold your profile for like 6 months.
Definitely do that.
Okay.
You're never ready the first time, especially if you're not from that world of doing like algorithm based development where you're like they want to see a specific algorithm for like they give you a problem, but there's a specific algorithm that they're looking for. Right?
Well, in the thing they gave me, they were like, yeah, so we want you to do 2 questions. You got 2.5 hours, basically, and we want you to get the bare bones, the brute force method, but not the brute force method, but get the bare bones, the test parameters to work.
Trivial solution, we want the sexy solution.
Yeah, we want the best. Pretty much, they want the best algorithm for it.
Right, that's what they want. They do it. It's basically an algorithm data structure test always.
Yeah,
and so there's a dumb way to do it. Like hey, literally beat my head against the wall, so I beat a hole through it way. And then there's the I MacGyvered my way through this kind of route. And that's the one they really want is the algorithm data structure way.
Yeah, and the only reason why I didn't say no was because of the lady, the recruiter. She's very nice. She was very nice, and she was like, after I told her, she was like, yeah, tell you the truth, I really think you'll be great for this job, blah blah blah. Of course, she's a recruiter, whatever. But like, she was like, I understand, you want to take your time, get better, and but I think you'd be great for this job. I was like, oh, thank you, blah blah blah. She's very cool. She's a black woman. She is a black woman.
So that tragic accident happened.
Right.
That's a pass. It's like, okay. Like,
what's that shit that Uncle Regus had?
Revitiligo.
Sister caught a case of revitiligo.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, she's a great recruiter.
By the way, if you're practicing and you feel like you're ready before that 6 months time, you can reach back out to them, and I'm pretty sure they'll.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, reach back out to me anytime, and you can start it back up. I was like, okay, cool. So she's like, no pressure, no pressure at all.
Just to get a job, like I'm Silicon Valley bullshit, man.
Hey man. They write the rules now, and they're not gonna be nice. People was meeting them, throwing them in trash cans and stuff for years.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're throwing you through a digital trash can.
Basically, and I'm trying to. I'm just trying to have a change of scenery for my job. So
I get that. Get the fuck out of the government shit. They paying you pennies.
Tired of being the man. That's what it is. You're tired of being the man.
It's not really the money.
You say tired.
It's more of just the.
You don't want to be the man no more.
Sure, you can go. If you don't want to have to go that Amazon bullshit, literally just send your resume to any contractor in the general vicinity. Then they'll be like, all right, cool. Here's a few $1,000. Same job that you're already doing.
Absolutely, yeah. They'll pay you twice as much,
and you get to work.
And the fact that you have super high clearance, like you can write your own ticket.
Yep. So this is the weird thing about this, about at least the state government, right? Somehow they've convinced themselves that they can pay like 3 times for the position, right? Because I got to see some of these their rates. Like I had never seen this information before. So I work for a company that contracts me out to the state, right? But I didn't know how much my company was making off of me.
Off you? A lot more than they're paying you.
Significantly more than they're paying me. Significantly more. Like I get less than 50% of what they make on me.
Yeah.
Right. So when I was looking at it, I was like, wait a minute. So I don't even know how this is lucrative for the state to pay these rates. Like what? There's no benefits that I can think of. There's no insurance. There's no retirement that is more valuable than the amount of money they're giving, because you can get all that stuff as an individual, like as a private contractor yourself. Like you can work corp to corp with the state if you want to, or not with the state, but with these other contracting services or whatever. Like you can get this extra money and then do your own insurance, and then do your own retirement. And because like not all these retirement deals are great. Like you not all these people are matching and giving you percentages of on your 401k.
Bless you.
So it's like they're paying so much. I don't even know how they're saving money. I don't know how they.
It's the peace of mind. They want to be able to just get rid of you at a drop of a hat.
Right.
Feel bad about it.
Okay, and that's probably the only value that I can see them extracting from this.
And that value is huge.
I guess it is because they're literally paying for my position. They're literally paying 3 times as much, or not really 3 times, but like twice as much as they should be paying for as I would be making if I was just working for a random company that wasn't in Silicon Valley. Like that was basically like, okay, I live in the Tallahassee area, right? So whatever a senior developer makes in Tallahassee, they're doubling that for an intermediate developer.
Yep.
So it's like it's a crazy thing with the government. So government stuff, JK, is huge. Like you can really make some money. Just literally switching to, you don't have to go to Amazon or whatever to make money.
You're right. No,
that's just a badge of honor, I think, for us. Like it's the work for one of the FANG companies.
I've worked at one of the FANG. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, because you don't need to do that to make that same kind of money, and actually to make more and have more
especially
flexibility.
Contractors, because they have to compete now with FANG. So like these mom and pop contractors, 5-man shop sometimes, they'll just be like, all right, cool. As long as you're skilled, we'll give you the same amount they're willing to give you.
Yeah, and I talked to my supervisor about it, and he was he said, was like, look, man, you know how to do XYZ, this and that, bro. You can write your own ticket anywhere. You don't have to stay here. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And so, but it's not the fact that I just want to leave. It's just I like what I do. I like where I'm at. But I just want to change in scenery and seeing other stuff behind, like going on.
I want to change in bank account.
That's all I ever care about is a change in bank account.
I want to be able, like I just got this thing. I would love if it could be paid off within 10 years or less. That would be amazing.
Hey, yeah, I told you guys before, double work. Like y'all working from home, like load up the LinkedIn, set it up all nice, find that part-time contract.
That sounds amazing.
I have a friend who's on the low working 2 full-time jobs because both jobs don't actually take 40 hours. But
you talking about that?
When do they ever actually take the full 40 hours? Whenever.
Yeah.
So
I find that funny
full time.
I find that funny too. Like people are like, oh, well, you're not working. I was like, I did my work. I'm like, it don't take a whole 8 hours for me to do my work.
I never understood it more so than I did this past few months. But like, it's so easy. It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, and if y'all can resist going into the office, do that.
That is a non-negotiable for me now. I'm not going back.
God, no, never.
Nigga, this is my office.
When I tell you, I feel like I'm going into a petri dish every day. That's how I feel.
You are.
But you are.
I'm like this past week there was like 6 cases. I was like, y'all motherfuckers are playing with people's lives right now.
I just need you to update your LinkedIn for me, John.
I am. That's what I'm doing now.
I need you to do it and then just like hit that button looking for options. And then let me know how many recruiters come hopping on you in like the first week. Just the first week is all I want to know.
Man, look, I just said, I was like, you know what? Whatever. Tough times don't last, tough people do. That's what I was saying. But anyway.
If I could do a part-time corp to corp situation,
I
already got the corp. It's already set up. So if I could do that, that would be.
That's what I did. It's so easy. There's too much work out there. It's too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Carl. I kind of hijacked everything. My fault.
That's
Yeah, you
nice.
sure did. Damn.
See,
Nah, getting on track.
I knew
All right,
I
let's
was
move
looking
on
at
to
to
the topic
somebody.
of the week. PlayStation
PlayStation
showing out.
Well, we so
There ain't
also
nobody.
we have this. You damn. Also got this. Got another. The last. I don't know. Got another Halo flight coming up. Everybody's supposed to be able to get in, as long as your profile is
Good
complete by
luck.
the 13th. Listen,
Sir, I swear to God.
I was saying, Chris, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
If Kev and I don't get in, if we
Bruh.
don't get in, you don't get to play.
Who?
I'm gonna come. I know where you live. I'm gonna come fuck up your whole Wi-Fi.
So you just gonna?
You know
So
what
you
I'm
just
saying?
gonna? So you just
I'm
gonna?
gonna pull out with my
Time
laptop.
out. Time out. He just said
I'm gonna
Kevin.
fuck up your
He didn't even
Wi-Fi.
say
Hey, your ass gonna be stuck on
He did forget
95.
about
Your
you
ass
right
ain't
there.
going nowhere.
You know,
Okay.
You
I
know,
will
stuck on that
brave
shit
the
forever.
traffic.
he does not care about
I'm
you,
going 95
JK.
anyway. I got
I'm
smooth
talking about
sailing.
I'm talking about Tech.
Oh, Tech. Oh yeah, he
Yeah, he coming from Fredericksburg. Nah,
he's gonna be stuck. He's gonna be
Oof.
stuck. Yeah, you're right.
Listen, I'll be stuck for a few hours, but you're gonna be without Wi-Fi for days.
Facts. Go out there and start
The
cutting
whole
cables
time-
and shit.
Exactly. The whole time the flight starts to the
I hope
flight
you
ends, you ain't
electrocute
gonna.
yourself, cutting cables and shit.
This man
Like, that's
was
what
like,
you
you know
get.
what?
This nigga get. I'll just leave you right there.
This
Like,
man's
this
like,
nigga
you
just
know
be on
what?
fire.
He's like, F this. He gonna take his laptop to plug it to the server. He's like, man, I'm about to play from right here.
Right.
Y'all playing.
Hey man, hey, it's that janky, or at least it was last time. You probably could have done that the first flight.
Yeah.
Like they're stressed. You can tell by the guy's face. Like the video right before the flight came out, that the guy who was like in charge. He was. You could tell that smile was like one of those smiles you do when like everything's burning around you.
Like
You can't do
that
nothing
meme.
about it.
This is fun.
He's like,
with the
yeah,
girl.
yeah. He's like, yeah. So super excited about the Halo flight. It's like smile. It hasn't moved. Like a genuine smile is flexible, right?
Yeah.
It changes with his smile's yeah.
The awkward smiling with
You can
with
see it
your
in his eyes.
the internal like sadness.
The eyes
like,
were dead. You could see it. He was exhausted. He knew the flight wasn't ready, and then that night, Halo proceeded to not be available for anybody until the AM.
The next day.
Especially if you're on the East Coast. East Coast AM. So it was. I wouldn't doubt that Tech could come to Crescent's house and literally just piggyback off his Wi-Fi and somehow get in on a flight. Like it probably wouldn't take that much unless they've shored it up.
I think that I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think that hopefully they got some more servers going. Because there's gonna be a lot more people.
Why do you hate so much? Is my question. Like, why are you filled with so much hate?
Who, me?
This man in the chat is trying to incite a riot.
Maurice? That's Maurice's. That's his soul just speaking right now.
Lack
Just
thereof.
hateful. That haterade he be sipping on strongly. You know.
So for those who got in the first flight, what going into the second flight do you want to see? Like, what in the second flight makes you feel like even more? I cannot wait until this game fully.
More PvP. I don't care about the bots.
PvP. That's the only thing.
The bots are tearing people up, though.
Maps, you know.
I mean,
It was
the
just
bots were cool, but it's like, you gotta, the way you really learn how to play it is, play
Playing
it
against
other
people.
Yeah.
The bots still aren't smart enough to surprise you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good at what they do, but they're not smart enough to surprise you. Like even though they duck and they jump, it's like there's nothing. It's kind of like when it's kind of like the reverse of when that Go player was playing the Go playing robot, and or AI, and the AI did this move. He was like, I never thought to even make that move, and he kind of like got up and walked out. Like it's like that. It's like in reverse of that. Like the bots can't do that. The Halo AI is not smart enough to surprise us. So it's like they just kind of like.
It's not there yet.
Like you'll see some AI like you hook up to a Madden game and they'll do something crazy like run backwards, and they figured out if you run backwards you're harder to tackle. But the Halo AI is not like that. It's just like duck, jump, strafe, throw bombs, And that's pretty much all it does, right? So if you play it enough, you just game it. It's just like playing on Legendary. It's like playing on Legendary.
I never want an AI game AI to be good. I don't have time. I get my ass kicked. I don't want to know for a fact I can't beat this fucking computer. Like I don't want that. You also saw the Go documentary, right? That man was sad.
No, he was. No, I didn't see the documentary, but yes, he was devastated. All the reporting sad. Was that like he when it made that move, he walked away from he got up and left the room. Like he's like, I gotta take a stroll. Like probably had a cigarette or whatever.
So many cigarettes.
Yeah. Like
man, he chain smoked for like a good 5 minutes. Like
that motherfucker was doing drugs.
Doing some booger sugar in the bathroom.
Facts. So I think for me it's just PvP.
Yeah.
I don't think from what they told us, what we saw is pretty much what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So there's nothing they can do. All right. There's not gonna be any assassination animations. All right. So okay, I'm not waiting for that. We didn't see that in the first version, and I'm not waiting for it now. Yeah, yeah, on release.
Yeah, it's disabled right now. It's something down the road. It's so weird.
It's probably some bugs.
Weird. And then yes, it's absolutely bugs. And then my biggest problem with Infinite is the movement. We're now back to being clunky robots again. We don't get to be cool, sexy space warriors. Yeah, we're back to being little clunky. We went from being like a Gundam to back to being RoboCop. Like,
pretty much.
Oh, damn.
And we're not talking about the new movie. We're talking
even
about
the new movie RoboCop sucks compared to Gundams. He's still RoboCop. Like he's still literally just a man in the suit doing the robot.
In the new movie, he was a lot more nimble than he was in the first.
Yeah, I mean he moved. True, but he still cannot maneuver like we went from being anime action to being 90s action, 90s action movie action, like Lethal Weapon action versus.
That's what I'm saying, like 90s
Cowboy Bebop.
Yo, those motherfuckers in Lethal Weapon used to get they ass whooped every fucking.
Well, Danny Glover did.
Danny Glover did.
No, what's his name? Used to get his ass whooped too.
But he used to get beat in a way that was like, oh, he's gonna come back like a Rocky movie. Danny Glover just got like beat like a drum. He just lost constantly. That's why I don't watch. That's why I hated Lethal Weapon. I was like, the black dude is useless. He's just getting punched around.
4? Was it 4 when he fighting?
Oh yeah, Jet Li beat the brakes out of him.
Kicked their ass up and down that pier.
He beat them so bad. I was like, "This." I'm glad this is the last one because I would have retired after this butt whooping too.
For real.
Absolutely.
For real.
Was that like Jet Li's first breakout movie?
No. Romeo Must Die was he did that before Romeo Must Die.
I think that was his first American hit. I think so. I think
that's what I mean.
Because he wasn't. Yeah, because he didn't. No, he didn't speak any English. He didn't speak any English. Yeah, the one was a bad movie.
It was bad, but it was. I just loved like
the concept of killing, killing yourself and gaining more power.
Just it's ridiculous, but I loved it.
No, I think it was his first big picture. I think he might have been in something else, but like the first time he was like not a stunt double. He was the actual.
Legend of the Red Dragon was one of them.
But I'm saying, like, usually in those movies, they play like stunt doubles or they play like a guy who comes in and fights Jackie Chan. But they don't get a name, right? They're just like Jackie Chan fought Bruce Lee in some of his movies, but you'll never know it because he is a Bruce Lee joint. It wasn't a Jackie Chan joint. He was just supposed to get kicked in the face.
Not your time,
right? So he just got kicked in the face in those movies. He didn't actually get to do anything. And I think this is the first time. And Jet Li definitely didn't speak English in that movie at all. It was all Chinese. So you knew it was like because his English was never really great in any of the other movies, but at least he could speak it. And I think that took a long time for him to get to that point.
Are you asking what was his first American film?
Yeah, American. They usually cross over. They usually have a catalog in China before they move. Yeah, Lethal Weapon was. Yeah, Lethal Weapon 4. He was the one effing them up.
He wasn't in Lethal Weapon though.
No, the show.
The movie.
The movie, yes, 4.
Lethal Weapon 4, yeah.
Not Lethal
but
Weapon
he
1.
wasn't in Lethal Weapon 1. That's what I'm saying.
No. It's villain of the year. Like they just pick another type of villain. I think it was like a
I was asking because when you Google it, that's the movie. That's one of the movies that came up.
Oh no, he was in 4 only. And
yeah, Lethal Weapon 4, 98. Yeah.
Damn, that was 98.
Yeah, Romeo Must Die was in 2000.
2000, yeah.
No, yeah, definitely in the 2000s. I was in middle school and high school when Jet Li started kicking up. Like
that was his first leading role.
Another movie, Kiss of Death.
Oh yeah, that was the one. That was one with the needle thing with the.
I love that. I love that crap.
Kiss of Death, and then he did that one with Jason Statham, War, right?
War.
Oh yeah,
War.
Yeah,
War was good.
I like Cradle to the Grave too.
Yeah, Cradle to the Grave was a fun movie.
He did a lot of
Jet Li movies aside, for those who are going into the flight without playing the first one because Halo fucking sucks.
Hey, I want to
as a company.
Damn.
Not as just not a game.
So 343 sucks is what you're saying.
343 sucks, right? And who they pick.
I think
but
they
nevertheless,
did a fine choice personally.
Shut up, Carl. Anyway, for those who are going into it, because now everyone gets to come. What are you looking forward to? Swallow, go ahead first.
I mean, playing the fucking game. No, like that's. But like I saw, I like the that's it. Well, I wanna get the feel of it. I saw a lot of the UI. Crescent was streaming the first flight. I like a lot of the updates they made to the design language. It does feel like some of it feels a little bit crowded, but I mean that's multiplayer shooters today. Like they all have kind of a lot going on in like the home page of the UI. But overall, I like it.
That UI sucked.
Overall, I like it. What would you change, Carl?
It wasn't great.
Everything.
Well, maybe it felt different to use than it felt to look at. I'll say that.
It sucked to use. I know I was confused out of my mind.
I didn't really see it. To see that.
They just need to look at Reach because
Reach.
The feel of the game is close to Reach, but the UI. If you're gonna go for that feel, might as well go ahead and adopt that UI too.
Yeah, but I think the issue is Reach was very kind of flat. There's not really a lot to do in Reach, and in this game they have so much extra stuff. I think the real problem is they just have so much stuff.
The UI though, I'm just saying the UI.
Yeah, but you're just talking about UI. You're not talking about like the actual usability, like the UX part of the UI, where it's like going from one menu to the other.
There's some dimensionality to it. Not a lot. It was like the menu was like elevated off the gameplay. It wasn't just like flat on the gameplay.
Right. Okay.
And then as you selected things, it kind of popped in at you a little bit. So there's some dimensionality. But anything is pretty much better than what they had. So
yeah, for it to be its own separate, pretty much game, because it's separate from the campaign, right? It's its own client from the campaign. Yeah, so I guess it's like, well, like AJ said, it's gonna be so much stuff that's gonna be associated with the multiplayer that
it's a lot
live service.
Yeah, because they're gonna have a battle pass. They're gonna have it kind of not the same thing, but like Splitgate, how it looks.
Yeah,
it's gonna feel like it's kind of gonna feel like that.
There's no way to not. Like Swab said, there's no way to not do that because of the way the modern multiplayer FPSs are. There's just the things that you need in the game kind of like everybody adopts the same kind of like language just because it's almost like
universal language.
Yeah, universal language, right. It's something everybody's already used to. If you played other shooters, you can easily and that's one of the main things they're going for. They want people who aren't Halo players to want to play Halo.
They're going hard on that.
Which is weird because like they took away a lot of cool stuff about Halo, and then they're like, but we want everybody to play Halo. I'm like, they're trying to please two fan bases at once. Like they're trying to attract new people, but they're also like, hey, old Halo fans, please don't hate us because the movement. I'm sorry, the movement.
Yeah.
Right? Like we'll go back to just regular. Sorry, sprint stays, but everything else I read on a blog somewhere that the reason people don't like Sprint is because the maps get too big.
What?
And they say like once you introduce Sprint as a mechanic, then when they build maps, they build them a little bit bigger because people can sprint, move in certain directions or whatever.
It makes no sense. That's dumb.
Honestly, I like maps that are kind of like medium sized. Like I don't want this tight little like donut where everybody's like just constantly
walking
shooting
around.
Like there's no break in the action.
Yeah.
Like there has to be like a break for me, but I think a lot of people kind of treated Halo like almost like an arena shooter, almost like a something like that. And so that might have been why there was a lot of people complaining about like sprint and the movement and stuff like that. But I really just think that like people had become so famous and so good at Halo and so whatever that when all that extra stuff came in, it gave
like, no, I don't know this.
I'm not so much better than everybody now because they can do that stupid burst thing and not die. Like.
But that's the weird thing because in my mind, like when a new Halo came out, it's like, oh, this is like a new challenge because like especially with Reach was the one that was like, all right, like I actually got to learn this shit. Like I got to learn the bloom and the DMR shit, and like it was like a new challenge and it was fun. I was like, okay, this is like Halo, but like with a different dimension now. Like it's not like this. It's not the same game anymore. I like the added like new shit. I always embraced it. Always embraced the new shit. Halo. So it's always just weird. When you have people that consider themselves Halo fans, but they just don't like the new shit. It's like they won't let it lit. They won't let it evolve.
Yeah, I feel like for most, especially shooters nowadays, they don't feel like it's for them because they're not winning like they were, like AJ said.
It's not all about winning, man. It's so
some fun too, man. Like
it's a video
winning
game.
is the fun part, y'all. Obviously, it's the only thing that makes it fun.
If that was the case, I would never play Halo ever again. I was like, I don't win matches.
We would stop playing Halo on this damn stream if that was the case.
Yeah, because none of us win except for Creston. Like we consider it a win if you're second place. People be dancing in the end zone for second place.
Right.
Hey.
Side note, there was a football game. It was a college game where a dude was dressed in a Kotsky robe. He came on the field, stole the ball right before they were about to kick off, and ran off he ran off.
Did somebody fuck him up?
No, nobody caught him.
Wow.
Nobody caught him. He literally took the football, went to the end zone, started dancing, hopped over a brick wall, and just left. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Somebody caught his ass.
Hilarious.
Somebody caught him. He disappeared. You'll never see him again.
Never.
You fucking with dog. You at that level, you fucking with people's money.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of money on the line for these college football games, dog.
Nowadays, since they're allowing college players to get
get money from
the
likeness.
Get money,
the Alabama quarterback's already a millionaire this year.
Yeah. I just hope they do a good job in keeping the money
it's crazy
away from them so they can
Nah, man. These kids was already spending money before they had it. They would just get loans.
Yeah.
Their agent would just give them a loan. They'd be like, "Oh, you wanna buy a car?
Well,
sure, we give you a loan." They give them tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That's
when they were
kind
in school.
of. I mean, for school, yeah, but like, yeah, that's true and untrue because with the NCAA, there's different rules and.
Yeah, I mean they had to declare, but once they declared, like I knew a lot.
But they had to declare for certain things. There's only certain things they could buy.
I knew a lot of athletes. They had money. They all the good ones had money. They were not broke. They were buying stuff that I couldn't afford. I had a full-time job. I'd be like, hey,
of course they weren't broke, but at the same time, there was certain things that they could buy and that they couldn't buy. They still have to be in certain set rules. But yeah, you
can't be Maurice Claret driving a different car every day. but you could do some stuff. But I don't think that has anything to do with Halo. My bad.
Sorry. Well, take me back.
So we'll pray for you all. We'll pray that you all get in.
We're gonna get it. You the one who tweeted it.
And because we got in with them because obviously, so we got.
You know, it'd be hilarious.
Our voices matter.
It'd be hilarious if they just like, you know what, we need new people. We're gonna everybody who got in the first flight didn't get in. Everybody who got in the second flight,
Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what would happen. Let me tell you what would happen if that happened.
What? Go.
What happened?
There would be violence somewhere. Somehow. I'm gonna say that right now. Because they put me through it.
Battlefield though.
Just getting in.
I'm waiting for
definitely not denying that. Oh, when's that beta drop?
22nd.
Okay.
Well, I don't think it's official, but I think it was supposed to be the 6th. It's supposed to be actually a couple days ago, but they delayed it, so I think it's gonna be 22nd. And from gameplay I saw, it looks good.
No, it looks fun. I've actually never played a Battlefield, but it looks fun.
I like how they integrated the grappling hook, and it's only not everybody.
The grappling hook looks right in their game, though. It looks right. It looks like it belongs there. It looks like it enhances the gameplay. There's like huge maps in that game. There's a reason for grappling it. It's not just, hey, what can we do that doesn't offend these people's sensibilities? Oh, a grappling hook that only one person can use at a time.
Yeah, and because from what they were showing the gameplay of, it was like somebody was on a crane, and so they grapple hooked up, and it was a sniper, and they grapple hooked up and knifed them from behind, which I think is annoying that they're getting rid of the personalized like first person view, assassination or killing from behind. When you sneak up behind them, they switch into third party view.
Third person.
People didn't like it. Third person view, and people didn't like that because it took away like it felt better from first person view because you immense into actually doing it, which I know that sounds kind of psychopathic, kind of.
Hey man, we already shooting people on the game. I mean, we've already passed that, man. As long as you don't want to I want to feel the blood. Like, okay,
right?
Yeah. Once you want to feel the blood and feel the life drain out of their body, then we know who you are. You have revealed yourself a little bit too early before you can actually get.
That sounds like one of our friends, though.
Well, they've revealed themselves to you. Don't ever be alone around that friend.
I mean, I'd rather have him on my team than not. So I'm still gonna be with him on his side.
Sure. If you think his side is safe, if you think that sure. No, just don't let him be behind
he wouldn't say. I mean, they wouldn't say. I want to feel the blood. But it's like I want to feel the pain like that. I want to not feel the pain. What's the word? He would say like, because he would do it so many times to somebody. They would send him a message. He's like, "This is what I live for."
Oh well, I know. I think I know what friend you're talking about now. Okay,
yeah. But anyway,
sound like I'm gonna need help. So, Sony you dropped a lot of good shit for PlayStation coming up during the showcase today.
Yes, Venom.
Definitely had some. So I didn't play the first Knights of the Old Republic. I'd be interested to see
Revan
how this goes.
Yeah, KOTOR is there's no. It's the only one. The other one I don't care about. Like,
it's getting a remake, and I didn't play the original.
What? Oh yeah, KOTOR is getting the original, right? The first Old Republic is the one that's getting the remake.
I think it just says Knights of the Old Republic.
It looked like Revan's mask. Yeah, because I saw Darth Lord Revan's mask. Yeah, it looks. I'm thinking about getting a PlayStation 4. I mean, I ain't trying to get no 5 out. First of all, could I get a 5 if I wanted to? Probably not.
You could just call Creston.
No, look. I don't want to have to get my 5 shipped to me from DC every time I want something. Like, I want to be able to go to my own personal store.
Guess what?
Wait 3 to 7 business days for my stuff. Let me get it.
I mean, yeah, we want world peace and everybody to have enough food and water, but
I mean, most of those things are possible, Suave. We just gotta get like those are plausible things. Like,
Tallahassee.
but yeah, I'm thinking about getting. I mean, I don't need to play Knights of the Old Republic again. I've played it before and I enjoyed it.
I mean, but it looks fire.
I think that phase of my life in gaming is over because it's RPG kind of like you choose like it's not like what's the one that came out recently the Star Wars
Fallen Order.
It's not Fallen Order, right? It's not cool like that. If it was Fallen Order,
that's what I thought it was when I rented it.
Yeah, they remake it like Fallen Order.
Right back.
But I love the story. I love that story. I've actually even read the books that kind of like accompany that story. But like, I love that story and I love that character. But I played that already, and I just don't have that energy to play like a,
It's like 200 hours. It's like
200. Oh my god,
it's ridiculous. It's because you're basically living these characters' lives like for a significant period of time.
Okay.
But it was fun, and I enjoyed it, and I would love to see somebody else play it. I'd probably sneak into somebody's Twitch and watch them play a couple, scenes or whatever. But I think for me, what I was looking at is the Spider-Man stuff. That's the reason why I think I might get a PS4. I mean, Spider-Man was my favorite PlayStation game. I think my favorite PlayStation 3 game was Spider-Man. Non-sports game was Spider-Man, and just swinging around was dope. But I just didn't want to pull the trigger for the Peter Parker one, the new one, because I was like, that's kind of silly to buy a PlayStation for one game. And then the Miles Morales one came out, and I was like, PlayStation. And then now the second one's coming out.
It's worth it.
And the second one you can play as
I might get them.
So are we thinking you can play the story as either Miles Morales or?
I think you could switch out players. I think you could play.
I would love co-op.
I can't imagine co-op.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
Why not?
Yeah, because it's just that the game is so busy. Like, I can't see how you can coordinate with two people because
it's like Gotham Knights.
Well, I don't know. Is Gotham Knights going to be multiplayer?
Yeah,
it's because what the issue is you're looking in on a screen, right? It's not like your got your peripherals going, right? You're looking into a small window and trying to navigate, and so is the other character looking into a small window. And then, the movement is so vast, you can go all over the place with your jumping abilities. It just seems like it'd be confusing for two people to try to coordinate fighting, right?
Not really.
That kind of stuff works in RPGs or in like what's it called, Phantasy Star Online kind of games, because the boss is huge, and your mobility is super limited. You can't move around the whole screen really fast. Like you can kind of just navigate to places and then do cool moves, but you can't really, like, your characters aren't really agile in those RPGs where the boss is huge and stuff like that. But like, to imagine like two Spider-Mans literally leaping from building to building, that would be insane. I'd love it.
I don't think it's going to be that anyway. I think it's going to be more of you can play as Peter Parker or Miles Morales.
I think it's going to be like most games like that. There are Peter Parker missions and there are Miles Morales missions, and you can pick which missions you want to.
So it's going to be like Edge of Time.
I've never played that. So
Edge of Time is where you played as 3 different Spider-Man. You played as 2099, Amazing Spider-Man, and Spider-Man Noir.
I think it's going to be more like, I can't really think of a recent game, but I think it's going to be more like, in terms of like, you in order to progress the story, you got to play this part as Peter Parker, and then now you're playing as Miles Morales. Now you're playing as Peter Parker again. Now you're playing, and there might even be a time where there's a NPC Peter Parker or NPC Miles Morales in the game with you, helping you fight Venom or whatever. And shoot, they might even do some crazy thing where you can switch mid match.
Like a Lego game.
Yeah. Kind of like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Right. So it might be something crazy like that. So, but I don't think that it's going to be co-op. And I mean, whatever it is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
I can tell that.
I think they were showing more single player anyway. More single player. Well,
I need to get a PS5. Crescent, start looking.
Have to start charging y'all motherfuckers.
Hey man, that's why I got out early, man. I got one system. I was like, you can't keep asking this nigga for that,
right?
I would wait. I would wait anyway because they're coming out with new models anyway.
Yeah.
And they don't look like flower faces or bosses.
Oh no, they still look like
I
Final
still like
Fantasy.
Final Fantasy, but they run better.
Yeah, it's a little more efficient.
I mean,
because my disc when I play Miles Morales sound like a damn chopper in my room.
Yeah,
like a server.
Yeah, I think they really skimped out on the quality of the disc drive.
Disc drive, yeah.
Yeah, because
it's like, nigga, y'all better get this digital because there's like, no, ain't nobody gonna buy this $5.90. They ain't gonna get that $4.99.
So motherfuckers
we made it cheaper on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Niggas still trying to buy these discs.
The hell
Where it
they
said
want
that the new model isn't as good as the launch model. They made the heatsink smaller.
Yeah.
They're testing. I just saw another one. I'm waiting for like the Digital Foundry or some other like outlets to really like test it.
Digital Foundry does a great job in reviewing tech and reviewing the specs for different for different things. So yeah, I trust them a lot.
Yeah,
that'd be cool to have them on. Have a stream with them.
KOTOR. I mean that's cool, but I'm definitely not playing that. I already got duped. I got duped one time with that game, and never again.
I actually like playing it. It was a fun.
I highly recommend Alan Wake if you haven't played. If you like Control, you'll like Alan Wake. It's made by the same people. It's real cool. It's interesting because it was when Alan Wake original came out, it was a Xbox exclusive. So Sony is grabbing, and then Maurice brought it up in the chat, but the first KOTOR was Xbox. It was on original Xbox.
So now they're going all the way to the dark side, which is very Star Wars. It's very on brand Star Wars. Go to the dark side. Go to the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Sony just opening that wallet.
Hey, but you know what happens in the third movie? You come back to the light side. So the third iteration of this movie.
Okay.
This man.
So
I know.
I'm gonna get hate for this, but I said just real fast. I've really never liked God of War. I've tried multiple times.
You've never liked
I've never
any of them. Never.
God of War. Wow.
I tried.
That just tells you the type of
taste
of games.
I've never finished it.
I
mean, it's kind of all up my alley. Nothing but blood and gore, and one person being a fucking demigod. Like that's everything I want in life. I want to be.
Was a god of war. Is the god of war.
Yeah, God. I mean, God of War is fucking. I mean, that's
amazing.
That's classic, man.
That's
the first one. I played the first one. I beat the first one. I
played 1 through Ascension.
Yeah, I didn't finish Ascension. I need to. Actually, I was planning on playing that pretty soon. I have my PS3 still.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go back and play that
multiplayer back. That shit was fun.
Yeah, that shit was.
That multiplayer was fun as hell. They should bring that back.
Yeah. I will say like the new Ragnarok jank, it didn't have like it looks tight, but it didn't have like that same like punch because it's like it's God of War like 2018, but just like improved on, which that's just how it is, but it just didn't have like that special because when we first saw like the God of War 2018 jank, it's like oh shit, like they completely like redesigned God of War. Like was
it 2018?
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, with this one, it's a continuation of the story. So Trace is older. We get to see, they're gonna encounter Thor.
Puberty.
Yeah, and it's continuation of the story. So now you get to see, not only.
Look who showed up.
Ah shit.
No way.
Boy, a ghost has entered the chat.
Somebody's using her name. Someone hacked her.
Somebody said her name 3 times, 5 times.
Dang, y'all are fast. I was gonna make that same joke.
So Insomniac is making a Wolverine game.
Yo,
If
have
they
y'all
stick to
played
their
that?
guns,
Have y'all
if
played
they
that?
stick to how they make Spider-Man,
But
But how can you make Wolverine the same way you make Spider-Man though? Like you don't have.
No,
you
he's
can.
not the same.
No,
It'll be
you
like a
cannot.
God of War esque
But
type game, sack and slash, but at the same time,
He's
you
not.
can introduce more then that's when you can introduce more X-Men type stories. So like you
He's
can fight Sabretooth, you can fight
from the
with the X-Men, stuff like that.
from the feel of it, I was getting. It seems like they're gonna play off of that Long Night. I don't know if y'all saw the Long Night or listen to that their
Developers.
audio drama
Mm-hmm.
that they did with they did it for they started with what's that that podcast app. There's a few of them.
Stitcher.
Stitcher. They did one
Yeah.
with Stitcher, and now it's on everything. But they did a
I've been meaning to listen to that channel.
Hey man, you should listen to it. I listened to it like 3 times when
What was it again?
it was my go-to for work. It's called The Long Night.
What's that about?
It's a story about Wolverine in Alaska. It is dope. I mean, I was just chilling. I was like, try this thing out. I happen to have Stitcher. I was like, I'll try this thing out. I was hooked, but it was episodic, which pissed me off because it was like weekly. So I couldn't I couldn't listen to the whole thing in one go. But it's all out now. It's after the Weapon X stuff, but obviously it's Wolverine, so Weapon X will be in the story. But it is.
Well, I mean, it could be. I was asking because if it was either him with Alpha Flight or
No. None of the it's none of the like early Wolverine stuff. He's
later on.
He's definitely Wolverine and Logan. Like he knows who he is, kind of like. Well, he knows he's Logan. I don't think he knows his original identity, but he knows he's Logan. He's not like he has like a persona now. So it's not the same as like when Wolverine first started. He kind of was confused. That's the reason he joined X-Men in the first place. But Long Night is freaking awesome. The reason I feel I'm getting the vibes is there's a scene in Long Night inside a bar. And that's all you saw in the trailer. So I'm like, dang, this is the same thing happened in Long Night. He was just chilling in a bar. Obviously, this is a trope in superhero stuff, but like some guy got handsy with a waitress.
Very much so in Wolverine.
And Wolverine's like, man, you need to chill, basically. And the guy sees him and says, "Oh, this little guy is talking trash to me," and then they proceed to almost all get murdered because they pull weapons and stuff like that. And then Wolverine, unlike Spider-Man, Wolverine isn't
real close. Facts. He doesn't hold back, but he looked real close in that trailer. Everybody's already on the ground.
Already on the ground.
The last got back up.
Yeah, he got back up and pulled the knife.
I was like, dog, I would just cut my
man, I would put a body on top of me. Like, nah, I'm dead.
I'm gone. You just dumb.
Did y'all play that X-Men? I mean, not X-Men. Wolverine Gen on 360. Wolverine Origins.
Yes. I played the shit out of that.
No, the movie chased me. The movie chased me away from.
The game was way better than the movie.
I saw footage of the game and I was like, you know what? I probably misjudged this, but it was too late. I had already moved on. But like the movie was so bad.
The Deadpool game.
Deadpool game was fun. Deadpool game was.
I saw someone streaming that the other day. I was just like, my God, is this back? I
watched the gameplay on YouTube and that made me want to go buy it. And I was like, no, this is the type of game that I would play. And the last X-Men game I played was X-Men Legends.
So do y'all think that this Wolverine game is going to be mature?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think you can't do it. You can't do a Wolverine game. There has to be
some fire ass combos.
Has to be violence.
Fire ass combos.
Has to be like healing factor, being able to like run through a lot of damage.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be some berserker mode that he can go into after
Eviscerate is going to be one of his go-to. Like,
yeah, tons of enemies because if you don't take any damage, I can see something like if you don't fight, you don't heal. Like that one game we were all playing from
Outriders.
Outriders, right? Yeah, so like if you're not in the fight, you don't heal, but if you heal.
That's hilarious. He's like,
You know what pissed me off about that announcement though? Is like,
What?
don't tease me with this 15-second clip of somebody about to pull a knife on Wolverine. Like, I don't care how good it looks. Right? First of all, it's not in-game footage, right? It's just a little like, hey, guess who we got? I mean, you could have gotten the same reaction from me with just a Insomniac and Wolverine like like poster. You don't even have to do the whole, hey, we got 15 seconds of some digital thing we made up, like basically like a snippet of a Wolverine animated film. Like I don't need
that's
that.
marketing for you. It's the
I get it.
Anticipation factor. Like,
other people might be excited about it. It pissed me off. That's all.
She said, I expect to see decapitations. Her demented ass would want to see decapitations.
Maurice brought up Forspoken. Forspoken looked great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Forspoken looked dope. I am highly excited for that. No idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't expect to be, but
I haven't been excited to play an original game. I mean, I don't know. Is this an original game? Like, does it have a history? I have never
spoken.
Oh yeah. This is it's brand new.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I missed the entire thing.
I am excited.
So I was upset. I missed everything. But
it's PlayStation, man. You ain't got to worry about seeing the whole thing.
Wow.
It's coming to Xbox though, right?
So what?
What? Forspoken?
I don't know.
Everything pretty much like everything on here is just PlayStation. I think the only other thing is Grand Theft Auto 5, of course, and then I think the Marvel joint is I want to say that's multi-platform.
Yeah.
Which one? Crescent?
The Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel joint.
Yeah, that's both platforms, isn't it?
I thought
so.
I think it's both platforms.
I would imagine Guardians and Wolverine have multiplayer. I understand Spider-Man being so.
I think they can. Well, maybe. And you know why they can pull it for Spider-Man, because Sony owns the movie rights to Spider-Man, so they probably worked out some deal with Marvel to also get the rights to the game character, because it would be, they could go to court over that stuff. Like, because they can be like, oh, you're using our IP from our movies and blah 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 blah. So it's probably easy to get the rights to Spider-Man exclusively for PlayStation. Wolverine is trickier, but I think I don't expect to see that on Xbox.
No, that's not gonna be on Xbox. That's definitely exclusive.
Yeah, I expected it's a PS exclusive.
Yeah, no, that's Spider-Man, Wolverine. Anything that's developed by Insomniac is that's an in-house studio.
Exclusives for
I don't think it's ever going away.
This shit looks so good.
I don't think it'll ever go away. It's always going to be
which one?
Ghostwire looks so fucking dope.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Ghostwire. I'm really looking forward
to that. We're gonna stream. I'm streaming that, if anything, because that reminds me of Fear. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Except with
that's the same people that did Evil Within.
That's the other game I'm thinking about. Yeah, I can see it.
So
are there any other standouts?
What's Project Eve?
Project Eve looks tight. I'm actually.
Oh, is this the one that they showcased with the like Devil May Cry type?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that joint looks pretty tight.
I like that one too. Damn.
Let's see.
I'm kind of watching trailers I missed.
Gran Turismo. I haven't played Gran Turismo since Gran Turismo 2. Actually, no, 3 on PS2. So I've given up on that.
I never really got into it.
Yeah, it's sterile. It's a sterile ass like simulated, simulation. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, of course, Grand Theft Auto 5 made an appearance. God of War Ragnarok. I mean, that giant. It looks really good. It looks really good. So I'm glad that we finally, got to see gameplay from that.
Kratos doesn't even look the same to me.
He's not supposed to.
He looks like a completely different race of human. and nigga was Greek last time I checked. And now that nigga is a Viking. Like now
Well,
he looks like one. It's not the fact that he's taking the powers of these. I get that. It's the fact that like his race changed. He's like,
Did it really though?
Yeah, the Vikings and the Greeks are distinctly different people. Like even in terms of not just in terms of time and whatever, it's like region as well. Like the Vikings,
cultures,
yeah, the Vikings come from a different group of people just in history. So it's just a weird transition. Like he looked Greek, and now he looks like a Eastern European or like a German or something around those lines. He looks more like that now. Yeah, Germanic or like he looks like he sailed with Leif Erikson to discover America. Like that's what he looks like.
Damn.
Look at all this.
I had a PS3 and I wish that the game would have stuck to its some odd roots. I think it was PS2 was the first time it came out, right?
Still be ashy though.
Yeah,
he lost that. That got taken out in Ascension.
Oh yeah, why did he lose the ashiness? Because I stopped playing after one.
When he killed because he avenged his family and killed the gods. And it was a curse from the gods.
So all black people need to do is go find some Greek gods so we can get rid of Ash forever.
If that's the case, I'll hunt down
you will put lotion out of business. Just go kill some Greek guys, some Heinz blood. That's all you need. What is it? Centaur blood? Centaur's blood. And
this man says centaur blood.
And get rid of some ashiness. That's the myth is you can kill gods with centaur's blood. That's how they got Hercules. That's how they got my nigga Hercules.
Yep.
Hercules got fucked up in God of War 3. Good lord.
Boy, that shit was so fun.
Good.
When he used his own gauntlets to beat his head in.
Good.
Was hilarious.
And you can you can just keep literally
going,
just
and you see the blood splatter just good. And then you can rip off Helios's head and just like
they're not.
Smash his head in too. That shit was man.
They're not.
It's perfection. It was perfection.
Totally, 100%. So, yeah, I mean, that was was there anything else from the?
So who's getting a PS5 based on that showcase? I know y'all niggas.
Y'all niggas doing it.
I might go to my local Goodwill.
Let me know when you got the goods.
What'd you say, Hewlett?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting one, of course.
That's a no.
I'm gonna go to my local Goodwill, my Goodwill electronics store, and look for a PS4.
That's not gonna happen.
Find one there. Probably won't find one there. But I'll go check it out, and if
good luck.
I might find a PS4 somewhere for somebody.
You never know. Some people do that, like, what is it called? Like Super Goodwill donations, where they'll donate a bunch of new brand new shit in there. And whoever fucking finds it. And I mean, Goodwill still sells it at a ridiculously low price. So I mean,
out of pocket.
This man.
I might have to get one to play this new God of War for sure. Spider-Man. I don't miss too many Spider-Mans at this point. Like I gotta get on the train.
I just want to see.
I just want to play that Forspoken thing or the
You ain't playing no damn but that shit look like Final Fantasy. You ain't gonna be with it.
It should look.
I love Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but you ain't playing it now. You playing Apex and
Final Fantasy and just like, let me just play Apex.
No, this was like Infamous.
Yeah, it's got a more Infamous vibe.
This is like
no, not Forspoken. That's not the Final Fantasy joint. Hold on.
No, it is. It's Square Enix. Like it looks It looks like Final Fantasy.
Looks like the new one.
It plays more like something else
Infamous.
though.
It plays like Infamous.
Plays
It
like-
plays like Infamous. Like when she was shooting the little bolts, reminded me from Infamous where you could shoot the
Because
bolts.
it's not like she's
Yeah.
pressing commands. Like she's not telling her. You're not telling the character what to do. You're actually controlling the character. That's a little bit different from Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, this game plays like Infamous. It's gonna be dope. Yeah. I'm down for all these single player games because I like to take my time with a lot of different games, and well, besides Miles Morales, I just blew past that. I was like, this game is too fun.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, Miles is.
I was like, and I really do hope that they bring, when they're making 2, that they're bridging both games together. So like, instead of having like the same old music that they had in Spider-Man, they like bridge together like the hip hop aspect and the EDM aspect of it to kind of bridge, to kind of show like, hey, these 2 games are coming together to fight this one villain, so to speak. They kind of have that aesthetic to it, and so is Venom? No, I think is it Craven the Hunter is the. Cause it sounded like it was Craven that was talking.
Nah, it was Venom talking
or was that Eddie Brock? Cause he was like, I've been waiting for a challenge, and nobody's been able to give it to me. So I hope you 2 are. And then Venom came and was like, yeah, we will. And then it showed Venom.
That's true. You're right. Because
I think it's Craven.
And the way he was talking didn't sound like Eddie Brock.
No, it sounded like Craven.
You're right.
It sounded like Craven the Hunter, and it sounded like somebody hired this fool to come take out both of them. And Venom's
just going to be a part of the game as well.
Yeah, Venom was like, "Oh well, we're all 3 of us going to give you a challenge now," because they didn't show Venom in 1 and 2 in both Spider-Man. They only showed Roxxon, and they showed Vulture, Electro, and stuff like that. Or it could be Green Goblin.
I think your Craven guess was more spot on.
It's either Craven or Green Goblin, or Green Goblin's going to be in the game too, because from the end of never mind. Spoiler alert.
Oh shit.
But yeah, if you play Spider-Man Miles Morales, you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be, it's probably gonna be like that Spider-Man Web of Darkness, where you could play as Spider-Man, but you can do Venom as well. You could choose. Like, oh no, maybe that's not it. I don't know. We'll see when they show gameplay.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you're spot on though. I think it's crazy because the voice did sound very like dignified. I was
he
like,
was dignified. He was sounding like, oh, I've been waiting for a challenge.
He sounded very like
arrogant.
Yeah, like very arrogant, like aristocratish, kind of like I'm above you. And then he said, "Yes, we will." And I was like, Venom, but Venom talks to himself, so you're just like, okay, I guess it's Venom. Like you didn't even think about the fact that like it didn't match up. Like, yes, I'm gonna be a challenge for who? For yourself? Because you were talking to other people, and then you was talking to yourself. Like it was just hard to get it. But if you watch the Venom movie, he and just this read the comics, Venom talks to himself. So it was kind of like I looked over it. But now that I'm replaying it in my head,
it was a transition. How it went from he's like, yeah, we can finally give you that challenge. He was talking, and then you hear Venom talk, and so you're thinking, oh, okay, so Venom's gonna try and take out the 2 Spider-Man, but it didn't match up to the voice patterns.
You're right.
So I was like, okay, this got to be Craven or Chameleon or somebody, but that dignified look, oh, I'm the best hunter in the world looking for a challenge, which he always felt like that when he faced Spider-Man, was Craven the Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I think they're supposed to be bringing him in the Marvel movies too. So,
Maurice said maybe Venom will just be a new suit, kind of like how they did in Miles.
That would suck.
I don't think so. No, it's not gonna be a new suit. It's gonna be a whole new character.
Because Venom is he's beyond the suit now, man. He was a suit for a hot second in the comics, and for an even smaller hot second in the cartoon. And
he was a suit in the first one too. He was a special suit you can craft or whatever.
He's his own thing now, and he's almost just as popular as Spider-Man. That's why
in the comics he became the most powerful anti-hero in the fucking comics.
Yeah,
he was more powerful than everybody. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like he was a god. He was basically God now. Like not even Thanos with all Infinity Stones could defeat him. Basically,
Suave. I remember Suave having an issue with that. So I guess Venom's God now.
Yeah.
I was like, it makes no sense.
I was like, yeah, right. It didn't make any sense. But yeah, I think that's all of them. I think it's all the PlayStation Showcase stuff.
A lot of good stuff coming out.
Excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, if y'all haven't catch What If yet,
I'm behind on that.
Shit's been good.
I've only seen 2 episodes. I need to catch up.
Shit's been good. The past episode, they did
Marvel Zombies.
They did Marvel Zombies, and it was really good. It was only 30 minutes.
I love Marvel.
Okay.
I hate it was only 30 minutes because they were about to get in some juicy shit, but this What If is supposed to be short, so.
Yeah, Zombie Thanos. So fucking good. Spoilers.
Yeah, too late.
Right. So,
spoiler.
That's
Thanos
it for the
podcast.
podcast.
How pissed he would be
about being a zombie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, he comes to Earth, right, to get the Infinity Stones, and the next thing you know, this motherfucker is bit by mortals.
You mean that? Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you do? You're a zombie.
I would see him being so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say if he had any of this, like I don't think they'd do it because then you'd have so little plot. Like he could easily avoid that.
I find
he could have.
In Reality Stone, he's like, nope, that never happened.
It never happened.
Time Stone, nope.
Well,
I'm going back.
That's the thing, though. Like the virus itself is different.
No, hold on, wait, time out. No, nigga, you're not about to tell me the virus can time travel and shit.
No. If you gotta watch it and you'll see what I'm talking about, because the whole aesthetic of time travel and how it is in the Marvel universe, especially when how Ant-Man and Wasp explains it, you'll see what I'm talking about. You just gotta watch. You just gotta watch it. You'll see what I'm talking about, and we'll probably discuss it next time.
All right, cool. All right, y'all. So that's it for the podcast. Definitely thank y'all again. Let us know what you think about the discussions today, or if there's something you haven't seen us talk about that you want our perspective on. Follow us at Blurred Dimension everywhere if you haven't already, namely on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. We stream the podcast live here on Twitch Thursday night, so make sure you come through next week. We're going to take a quick little break, but stay tuned for After Podcast Gaming. We're going to play some, maybe some Rocket League and some Halo. Definitely some Halo and something else.
Watch My Hero Academy. And subscribe, too.
Oh, yeah. We got subs now.
Subscribe, bits, whatever. Support the brothers here,
All that.
We do good stuff.
Sure.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hit us with that subscribe.